Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Lesson number 22. Al-mamnu'u min al-sarf, the diptote. We have learned that a noun is of three types. It can be triptote, which is basically called غير munsarif. Then we have diptote, which is called munsarif. And then we have, in fact, diptote is غير munsarif and triptote is munsarif. And then we have mabniyun, that is a fixed noun. What is basically triptote? That means a noun that has, we know that every noun has three states: marfu'un, mansubun, wa majrurun. And when we say triptote, that means it accepts tanween, that's number one. And number two, in three states, it has three forms. For example, Muhammadun, Muhammadan, and Muhammadin. Ismul Mudarrisi Muhammadun, the teacher's name is Muhammad. So here we will say Muhammad is marfu'. And when we say Dhahabtu ila Muhammadin, I went to Muhammad, here we can say that Muhammad is majroor. And similarly, when we say Ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh, anna Muhammadan, we will say that Muhammad is mansub. However, when we talk about diptote, or when we say al-mamnu' min as-sarf, what does that mean? Does anyone remember what does that mean? That means the noun does not accept tanween. That's number one, no tanween. And number two, when it is majroor, generally it does not accept kasra. When it is majroor, generally it does not accept kasra. For example, we say Ismul Mudiri Ibrahimu, the principal's name is Ibrahim. And when we say Dhahabtu ila Ibrahima, now we can see over here that we have Dhahabtu ila Ibrahima. It's not Ibrahimi. We know that after harf jar, the noun is majroor and it takes kasra. But this is what we say, diptote or al-mamnu min as-sarf. The noun does not accept kasra, so it will be Dhahabtu ila Ibrahima. I went to Ibrahim, and here majroor case is represented with fatha. So here nouns which meet these two conditions are called, as we can see here, we call them diptote, or we call them al-mamnu min as-sarf. This lesson is basically a review of what we have learned so far about the nouns that are diptotes, or the nouns that are al-mamnu min as-sarfi. We have seen that there are certain groups where the nouns are diptote or they are al-mamnu min as-sarf, and the categories that we have learned: feminine proper names, for example, Zainabu, Khadijatu, Makkatu, and Jahannamu. These are the feminine proper names, and they do not accept kasra, or they do not accept tanween, and we call them al-mamnu min as-sarf. Masculine proper names ending with ta marbuta, for example, Hamzatu, Talhatu, Usamatu, and Khalifatu, they do not accept kasra, or they do not accept tanween because they are mamnu min as-sarf. Masculine proper nouns ending with alif and noon, for example, Sufyanu, Ramadanu, Marwanu, and Uthmanu. Adjectives on the pattern of fa'lanu. So here these are the definite nouns, or we call them marifa. And then we have adjectives that end with alif noon adjectives. For example, kaslanu, lazy, mal'anu, full, ghadbanu, angry, and atashanu, thirsty. So all of these now, the adjectives that we can see here, they are also mamnu min as-sarf. Masculine proper names on the pattern of af'alu, we have seen that there are some patterns, and if the noun comes on that pattern, then it will not accept tanween. For example, Ahmadu, Akbaru, Anwaru, and Asgharu. And these are proper nouns, masculine proper nouns. In today's lesson, we will learn also masculine colors. Masculine colors, and we know that all the colors are adjectives. That's why we call them adjectives. Adjectives on the pattern of af'alu. So here we have masculine proper names, and now we have adjectives on the pattern of af'alu. For example, ahmaru, red, abiyadu, white, aswadu, black, and akhdaru, green. So all the colors that come on the pattern of af'alu, they are also al-mamnu min as-sarf. And please remember that these are masculine colors. We have different colors for masculine and we have different colors for feminine. And here in this lesson, we are going to focus only on the colors that are masculine. Then we have seen that the non-Arabic proper nouns, for example, Ibrahimu, Williamu, Baghdadu, and Pakistanu, they are also al-mamnu min as-sarf. These are the categories that we have learned already. Then we have seen that there are some patterns where if the noun comes on that pattern, it is also al-mamnu min as-sarf. For example, when we talk about the broken plurals, we have the pattern of af'ila'u, and on this pattern we have the nouns, for example, asdiqa'u, aghniya'u, aqwiya'u, and awliya'u. And I'm sure you know the meaning of all of them. We have learned them already. Fu'ala'u, for example, zumala'u, fuqara'u, and wuzara'u. And then we have two very important patterns, mafa'ilu and mafa'ilu. Mafa'ilu, on this pattern, we have masajidu, madarisu, makatibu, fawakihu, and hada'iqu. And then we have mafa'ilu. And on the pattern of mafa'ilu, we have manadilu, mafatihu, and fanajinu. So this is a summary of whatever we have learned so far about the nouns that are mamnu min as-sarf or diptote. And if you can memorize this chart or if you can memorize this table, inshallah, that will help you for learning your Arabic language. And it will be helpful throughout the journey of learning Arabic language. And we know this topic is very, very important. And that's why we need to master this topic. And this is something that we will be, inshallah, learning throughout the whole course. So here is a summary of everything that we have learned so far. Now let's begin our lesson. Ad-darsu al-thaniya wal-ishruna, lesson number 22. We can read it in two ways. We can say Ad-darsu al-thani wal-ishruna, and we can also say Ad-darsu al-thaniya wal-ishruna with fatha, lesson number 22. Hamidun tabibun. Hamid is a doctor. A very simple nominal sentence. Hamid is subject and tabibun is predicate. Zawjatuhu mudarrisatun. His wife is a teacher. Again, zawjatuhu is mudaf ilayh, plus it is subject, and mudarrisatun is predicate. Now we know that subject is feminine. For example, zawjatun is feminine. That's why the predicate also has to be feminine. Zawjatuhu mudarrisatun. His wife is a teacher. Ismuha Aminatu. Now we can see over here that the word Amina does not have tanween. Her name is Amina. And we know that it's a feminine Arabic name, and these names are mamnu min as-sarf. They do not accept tanween. Hamidun lahu arba'atu abna'in. Hamid has 4 sons. We know that Hamid is an Arabic name and it is flexible. It is munsarif. It accepts tanween. Most of the Arabic names, they accept tanween. And we have seen some of the categories like the names of the prophets, and similarly the Arabic names that end with alif and noon and the Arabic names that end with ta marbuta, they generally do not accept tanween. But most of the nouns, let's say 80% or 85% of the nouns in Arabic, they accept tanween, and they are definite nouns. Lahu arba'atu abna'in. He has 4 sons, and now we can see the numbers as well. We know the numbers from 3 to 10, they are opposite in gender, so that's why we have arba'atu abna'in. Hum Hamzatu wa Uthmanu wa Ahmadu wa Ibrahimu. Now we can see that all of them, Hamzatu, Uthmanu, Ahmadu, and Ibrahimu, they do not have tanween. Hamzatu does not have tanween because it ends with ta marbuta. Uthmanu because it ends with alif and noon. Ahmadu, it is on the pattern of af'alu. And Ibrahimu, it is the name of the prophet, or we can say it is non-Arabic name, and that's why it does not have tanween. So Hamid has 4 sons. They are Hamza, Uthman, Ahmad, and Ibrahim. Ahmadu talibun mujtahidun. Ahmad is a hardworking student. Wa Hamzatu talibun kaslanu. And Hamza is a lazy student. Now we can see here that here we have talibun, which is mawsuf, and it is marfu, it has tanween. But kaslanu is sifa, that is the adjective, it does not have tanween. And we have seen today that if there is an adjective and the adjective ends with alif and noon, it is also mamnu min as-sarf. Ahmad is a hardworking student and Hamza is a lazy student. And we can see that these are simple nominal sentences we have been learning since the beginning of the course. Qala Yusufu, Yusuf said. Qala is a very important verb in Arabic language. Qala means he said, and when we say Qala Yusufu, that means Yusuf said. Indi khamsatu aqlamin, I have 5 pens. Indi, I have, and we know that it's a dharf plus mudaf ilayh, and we know that it is khabar and khamsatu aqlamin. Khamsatu basically will be the subject. Hada qalamun ahmaru. Now we can see here, hada subject, qalamun mawsuf, ahmaru sifa. And this is a red pen. Now we can see here that qalamun has tanween, but ahmaru does not have tanween. Why it does not have tanween? Because it's a color, it's an adjective, and it comes on the pattern of af'alu. So when we have adjectives and they come on the pattern of af'alu, they do not accept tanween. Hada qalamun ahmaru. This is a red pen. Wahada qalamun azraqu. And this is a blue pen. Wahada qalamun akhdaru. And this is a green pen. Wahada qalamun aswadu. And this is a black pen. Wahada qalamun asfaru. And this is a yellow pen. So now we can see here that all the colors, they are on the pattern of af'alu, and all of them do not have tanween. We have ahmaru, azraqu, akhdaru, aswadu, and asfaru. And also please remember that these colors are used for masculine. For feminine, we have different pattern. This is the pattern that is used for the masculine colors. Qalat Zainabu. So qala Yusufu. So Yusuf said, and we know that when we talk about the feminine, then it will take ta as-sakina in the end. So qalat Zainabu. For example, dhahaba Yusufu, dhahabat Zainabu. Similarly, qala Yusufu, qalat Zainabu. Zainab said, Indi manadilu kathiratun. I have a lot of handkerchiefs. Hada abiyadu. This is white. Wahada asfaru. This is yellow. Wahada ahmaru. And this is red. Wahada azraqu. And this is blue. Wahada akhdaru. And this is green. So again, we have the colors: white, yellow, red, blue, and green, and we can see that all of them are mamnu min as-sarf. قالت لها فاطمة. Fatima said to her, عندك منديل أسود. Do you have a black handkerchief? قالت, she said, لا, no. ما عندي منديل أسود. No, I don't have a black handkerchief. Now we know this ma here. What kind of ma is this? Is this istifhamia or ma an-nafiya? Is it used to ask a question or negation? This is used for negation. Excellent. And if it is used for asking a question, then generally we will see that in the end there will be a question mark. So if there is no question mark, that means this is ma an-nafiya. It is used for negative or for negation. قال طلحة. Talha said, عندي مفاتيح كثيرة. I have a lot of keys. Okay, now mafatihu does not have tanween. Why there is no tanween on this? Because it is on the pattern of mafa'ilu. On the pattern of mafa'ilu, and a noun that comes on the pattern of mafa'ilu does not accept tanween. Okay, this is mawsuf. Kathiratun is sifa. Why kathiratun is feminine? Why it is feminine? Yes, please. Because mafatihu is the plural of ghayru aqil, right? Miftahun, yes, miftahun. And the plural of miftahun is mafatihu. And it is plural of ghayru aqil is singular feminine. So it is singular feminine. So when mawsuf is singular feminine, then the sifa also has to be singular feminine. So that's why the sifa is singular feminine, which is mafatihu kathiratun. Hada miftahul ghurfati. This is the key to the room. وهذا مفتاح الحقيبة. And this is the key to the bag. وهذا مفتاح السيارة. And this is the key to the car. And we can see that here مفتاح الغرفة ومفتاح الحقيبة and مفتاح السيارة is مضاف إليه. This is the key to the room. And this is the key to the bag, and this is the key to the car. قال Sufyan said في بلدنا مساجد ومدارس كثيرة. There are a lot of mosques and schools in our country. Now again we can see في بلدنا in our country. Masajidu does not have tanween because it is on the pattern of mafa'ilu, and similarly madarisu does not have tanween because it's on the pattern of mafa'ilu, and kathiratun is the sifa of masajidu wa madarisu. That's why it is feminine. وَفَنَادِقُ قَلِيلَةٌ, and the hotels are less. And there are a lot of mosques and schools in our country, and the hotels are less. فَنَادِقُ is the plural of funduq, and we know funduq, when we have the plural, which is the plural of غير عاقل, that is also singular feminine, so that's why that is mawsuf, and قليلة will be the sifa. أهؤلاء أطباء, are these doctors? أطباء. Who will tell me the pattern of أطباء? Yes, please. أطباء is on the pattern of أفعلاء. أفعلاء, excellent. So basically it is أطباء. So we have أطباء, and we know that when we have the two root letters that are the same, ba comes twice, so they are changed into tashdid, and then fatha is placed on that, so it becomes أطباء. So it's on the pattern of أفعلاء. So are these doctors? La, no. Hum mudarrisuna, they are teachers. Wahum ulama'u kibarun, and they are big, philosopher. They are big, like ulama, or we say scholars. Yeah. So ulama'u is the plural of alimun, and this is mawsuf, and kibarun is sifa. And so we shouldn't put here, it should be here. Wahum ulama'u kibarun, and they are big scholars. Alhamdulillah, our lesson is complete. We will do the exercises inshallah in the next lesson, as I want you to focus on this lesson, master all the rules, all the categories, and inshallah once you're familiar with these rules and these categories and why the noun is غير منصرف, your learning of Arabic inshallah will be much easier. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.